Gi-hun is back in the deadly game, while Jun-ho works tirelessly to save him and find his brother. No Eul also enters the game, but as one of the guards. Let's see how their choices will shape their lives and the game's outcome. Jun-ho, along with Choi and his team, was certain that Gi-hun would be taken to the same island, so they boarded a ship to track him down. Meanwhile, Gi-hun wakes up to find himself back in the game, with the same number 456. The guards inform all the participants that there will be 6 different games over the next 6 days, with a handsome prize for the winner. A player raises a question about why they were kidnapped to this location instead of simply being brought peacefully. The guards explain that the secrecy of the game is vital, but the questions continue to pour in. In response, the guards play a video of each participant explaining their debts. The guards reveal that all the participants are deeply in debt, and if they wish to continue, they can, or they can quit the game. For the first time, there's an option for voting after each round to decide whether everyone wants to continue or quit. If the majority wants to quit, then the games will be terminated. The money accumulated after each round will be equally distributed among the players. Everyone is then asked to sign a consent form if they wish to keep playing. One participant is shocked to see her mother among the players, who reveals she entered the game to pay off her son's debt. As everyone lines up to sign the form, 2 players, 230 and 124, gang up on a YouTuber named MG Coin, blaming him for their financial losses. They demand that he pay off their debts, which they lost following his investment advice. Gi-hun signs the consent form, and one by one, all participants take their pictures to confirm their decision to continue the game. Meanwhile, Jun-ho, with his team, successfully locates the island and sends a drone up to scan the area. In the game, Gi-hun is shocked to find one of his old friends among the participants. He convinces him to stay close during the game for safety. As the players move through the stairs, they are led into an open arena. Player 230 begins to flirt with player 196 by rapping to impress her. Jun-ho, following the tracker with his team, leads them to a man fishing. To their horror, the chip is found mixed in with the fish bait. When Choi asks the fisherman about it, he reveals that a man had given him the bait at the docks, but he had no idea about the chip. Choi reports this to Jun-ho. Back in the arena, Gi-hun notices that the chip in his tooth is missing, realizing he is now on his own. The game begins, and the first challenge is red light, green light. Players must move when the doll says green light, and stop when it says red light. If anyone moves during red light, they will be shot. Gi-hun warns the others that the doll's eyes have motion sensors and that guns are hidden in the walls. Most of the players laugh at him, dismissing his warnings, including his friend. As the game starts, Gi-hun tries to guide everyone by encouraging them to stay still during red light. This works for a few rounds, but when a bee lands on player 196, she jumps in fear and is shot. Gi-hun yells at everyone to remain still. Meanwhile, an unknown person is watching the game on a large screen in the dark. It's revealed to be In-ho, Jun-ho's brother. Despite Gi-hun's warnings, chaos ensues as players panic and start running. As a result, several are shot, including No Eul, the last person to move. The game resumes, but this time, no one dares to move. Gi-hun, noticing the pattern, informs the others that they'll still be shot if they don't cross the finish line in time. He also points out that the doll's eyes detect movement and suggests they hide behind taller players to advance. At the next green light, the players move forward and spread out into different lines. As No Eul watches the game unfold, she notices player 246 and is taken aback. During the game, player 230 pushes others in front of him, trying to gain an advantage, but it only leads to more players being eliminated. By the end of the round, many players manage to cross the finish line and survive. After the game, No Eul takes off her mask, puts away her gun, and joins the other guards in their lineup. The remaining participants are returned to their rooms. The guards announce that out of the 456 players, only 365 remain, and 91 have been eliminated. Some of the players beg to be let go, but Gi-hun stands up and demands a vote, as previously promised. The guards agree, stating that the game's structure allows the participants to choose their fate. If the majority decides to quit, the game will end. Before the vote, the guards reveal the accumulated prize money, which has reached 91 billion due to the 91 players who have been eliminated. The prize money is now at approximately 24 million per player, with 365 players remaining. The guards reveal that after each player is eliminated, an additional 100 million will be added to the prize pool. The guards reveal the total prize money for the game, 45.6 billion won. They announce that the voting process will now begin. Players who want to continue the game should press the blue button, while those who want to quit should press the red button. Voting will proceed from the highest numbered player to the lowest. This means Gi-hun, player 456, is first. Gi-hun steps forward and presses the red button, choosing to stop the game. As the voting progresses, the inclination leans toward continuing, with more players pressing the blue button. Gi-hun grows increasingly distressed and stands up, pleading with everyone to stop the game. Some players accuse Gi-hun of being a plant sent by the organizers to manipulate them. They point out how he seemed to know about the shootings during the first game. Under pressure, Gi-hun finally reveals the truth. He participated in the game 3 years ago, and everyone who played with him died. He was the sole survivor and winner. The revelation shocks the participants, but instead of turning against him, many now see him as a potential guide who can help them navigate the deadly games. Gi-hun, overwhelmed and frustrated, urges them once again to stop, but the chaos only escalates. The guards step in to restore order and ensure the voting process continues without interference. As the voting resumes, the count reaches a tie, 182 votes to stop and 182 votes to continue. The final vote comes down to player 001. All eyes are on him as he steps forward. Both sides cheer for him to vote in their favor. Player 001 presses the blue button, deciding to continue the game. As he turns back to face the others, he reveals his identity. It's In-ho, Jun-ho's brother. He gives Gi-hun a sinister smile. How will Jun-ho locate Gi-hun without the tracker? Who is player 246, the person No Yul recognized with such shock? And why has In-ho entered the game as a participant? Stay with us to know more.